Do you think Tunisia is just deserts and olive trees? Get ready to have your mind blown. From a breathtaking blue and white city to a globally controversial upside-down pyramid hotel, here, women had the right to divorce before Switzerland did. Foreign men get interviewed about their love lives right in the street, and a bizarre beard ban could land you in trouble at the airport. Ready to discover 15 shocking facts and taboos about Tunisia? Number 15. Home to a town where people live underground. In the semi-desert region of southern Tunisia, where summer heat can scorch the earth to over 122 degrees Fahrenheit, there's a town called Bathe. Here, people don't live above ground like the rest of the world. Instead, they create unique homes called troglodyte houses, literally cave houses. They dig a giant circular pit, 20 to 33 feet deep and 33 to 40 feet wide, about as wide as a standard tennis court. From there, they carve out rooms around the pit, connecting them like caves. Bedrooms, kitchens, storage rooms, and even animal pens. Some pits are large enough to house 5 to 9 families, forming a honeycomb-like underground complex. The thick earth walls don't need insulation or air conditioning. They stay cool in the summer and warm at night. The atmosphere inside is always quiet and completely separated from the outside world. Here, women still bake bread in wall ovens. Children play hide-and-seek in underground hallways, and water is collected from deep wells or rainwater channels, making them fully self-sufficient. Fun fact, Bathe was chosen as the filming location for Luke Skywalker's home in Star Wars, and yes, you can still book a night in that very room if you reserve early with the local Berber host. Today, while many Tunisians have moved to modern homes above ground, some Bathe families still live underground, not just for economic reasons, but also because of deep cultural beliefs. Number 14. People in Tunisia bathe in sand. In Tunisia, there's a healing ritual that might sound bizarre. Lying under the blazing Sahara sun at noon, getting buried in hot sand with only your head sticking out, gasping for air in 122 degrees Fahrenheit heat. But for people in Douz and Ksargilan, this is no joke. It's a tradition passed down for generations as part of North African nomadic wisdom. Every summer, when the Sahara is so hot you could cook an egg on the sand, people dig a trench just big enough for their body, lie down, and let the burning sand cover them from the neck down. The bath lasts 10 to 15 minutes, after which participants are taken to a cool Bedouin tent to slowly cool down and avoid heat shock. According to Tunisian folklore, sandbathing helps with joint pain, detoxifies the body, boosts energy, and wards off evil spirits. Especially popular among the elderly, women struggling with fertility, and nomads. Today, sandbathing isn't just for locals. Resorts in the Sahara now offer it as a luxury wellness service, paired with fresh mint tea, olive oil massages, and Bedouin meditation music. Tourists from France, Italy, Germany, and even the US fly in just to bake in the hot sand and leave feeling reborn. Number 13. The most progressive women's rights in the Arab world. In a Muslim world where women are often banned from driving, denied university education, or can't divorce without their husband's permission, Tunisian women are in a league of their own. In this small North African country, women don't just have rights, they wield them. As early as 1956, Tunisia became the first Muslim country to ban polygamy by law, gave women the right to divorce, to sue their husbands, and, most importantly, the right to marry or not marry at all. This is still forbidden in many Islamic countries like Saudi Arabia, Yemen, or Iran. A year later, Tunisian women could vote, while Swiss women had to wait until 1971. Today, Tunisian women can choose their careers, buy land, own property, and raise children on their own without needing a father's or husband's approval. Children born in Tunisia can take their mother's surname and nationality, a rarity in the Arab world. While women in many Muslim countries can't drive, go out alone, or must cover their entire bodies, Tunisian women freely choose from traditional headscarves to modern business dresses. According to UNESCO, nearly 47% of engineers and researchers in Tunisia are women, higher than the US, about 34%, and far above Saudi Arabia. In Tunisia's parliament, over 30% of seats are held by women, and the country has had female defense ministers, Supreme Court judges, and CEOs of major telecom companies. Even in rural Tunisia, you'll see women riding scooters to the market, opening businesses, wearing business dresses, carrying laptops, speaking 3 or 4 languages, and running family businesses or tech startups. They go to college, work, date, travel abroad, and speak their minds, something still considered over the line for women in many other Muslim countries. Are you surprised to see such equality in a Muslim country? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to discuss. Number 12. The Blue and White City. That's a global sensation. Just 12 miles north of Tunis, perched by the windswept Mediterranean, lies the stunning little town of Sidi Bou Said, known as the Santorini of North Africa. With winding cobblestone streets, dazzling white walls and vivid blue shutters, balconies and domes, Sidi Bou Said has long been a tourism icon. What's special? The entire town follows a strict blue and white color scheme, officially adopted in 1920 thanks to French Baron Rodolphe d'Erlanger, who loved Andalusian Islamic art. Since then, every house, gate, and balcony blends into this elegant visual symphony, turning the town into a living painting. Every year, about 6 million tourists and photographers from Europe, America, and the Middle East come not just for Instagram shots, but to soak up the artistic vibe and tranquility rarely found in other hotspots. The town has inspired famous artists and writers like Paul Klee, Auguste Macke, Simone de Beauvoir, and André Gide. Old cafes like Café de Nat, tiny studios, and hidden galleries create a space that feels both magical and serene. Today, Sidi Bou Said is not only Tunisia's pride, but also one of the world's most Instagrammable destinations, as ranked by Condé Nast Traveler, National Geographic, and Lonely Planet. Number 11. Men should know this before visiting Tunisia. When it comes to travel warnings, people usually worry about theft, scams, or overpriced taxis. But in Tunisia, if you're a foreign man, the first warning is much more interesting. Don't be surprised if you see YouTube videos titled "Adult Men, Be Careful in Tunisia," or "This is not what I expected as a man traveling alone." Sounds dangerous, right? Not at all. The danger here is the affectionate gazes and endless questions from curious Tunisian women. You could just be sitting at a cafe in Sousse or strolling through the Medina in Tunis. But if you have blonde hair, fair skin, or a foreign style, you'll stand out. Women will openly flirt with you. It feels less like an Islamic country and more like the US. These women see chatting up a cool tourist as fun, sometimes leading to serious conversations or even Instagram friend requests. According to a BBC survey, foreign men in Tunisia feel approached or stared at even more than women, a rare thing in other Islamic countries. And most of them don't mind at all. Number 10. Don't bring strange religious books into Tunisia. Tunisia is known as one of the most moderate and open-minded Muslim countries in North Africa, with relatively separate laws for state and religion, and much more progressive civil rights than its neighbors. But when it comes to non-Muslim religions, the country still enforces strict controls, especially at airports and border crossings. One thing many tourists don't know, but which can cause big trouble when entering Tunisia: don't bring Bibles, Buddhist scriptures, missionary materials, or any religious books not related to Islam. There's no absolute ban written in travel documents, but many travelers have shared that such strange books are easily confiscated by customs. Of course, if you carry a small Bible for personal reading in your hand luggage, you're unlikely to be checked. But if you don't really need religious materials when visiting Tunisia, it's best to leave them at home. Number 9. Women are not allowed in men's cafes. In Tunisia, a common sight is low wooden tables on the sidewalk, plastic chairs amid cigarette smoke, and men gathering to drink strong black tea, almost like syrup. They sit for hours, chatting about soccer, politics, and life. Noticeably, there are no women. There's no law banning women from cafes, but in reality, men-only coffee shops are an unwritten rule. Tunisian women understand these places aren't for them. If they do go, it's usually with family or a group of female friends. A woman alone in such a cafe? She'll quickly become the center of stares, whispers, or unspoken judgment. Ironically, Tunisia is seen as the most progressive Muslim country for women's rights. Women aren't required to cover their bodies. Yet even in this modern society, there's a clear, invisible line. Men's and women's social spaces are separated, not by law, but by powerful social norms. In big cities like Tunis, this is slowly changing. More women are showing up in modern cafes inside malls, hotels, or tourist areas. Number 8. Tunisia is the safest country in North Africa for tourists. When people think of North African travel, they often worry about theft, scams, or even political instability. But in Tunisia, life is quite the opposite. According to the Global Peace Index and many international travel safety rankings, Tunisia is currently the safest country in North Africa, beating out popular destinations like Morocco and Egypt. Political stability and conflict risk have steadily improved over the past 5 years, especially after Tunisia's security reforms in 2015. Tunisia now welcomes 7 to 8 million international visitors each year, mainly from France, Germany, Italy, and other European countries. Places like Sidi Bou Said, Hammamet, Djerba Island, and the Tozeur Desert are considered extremely safe for solo travelers and families with kids. Tourist police regularly patrol heritage sites, old markets, and beaches. Visitors often say Tunisians are friendly, respect personal space, and are much less pushy than in Morocco or Egypt. Of course, like anywhere, you should still watch out for common issues like pickpocketing in crowded areas or taxi drivers not using the meter. But the chance of serious incidents in Tunisia is much lower than in the region overall. Number 7. Tunisia's ugliest hotel is world famous. Right in downtown Tunis stands Hotel du Lac, one of the world's most controversial buildings, dubbed the ugliest hotel on the planet, yet also a brutalist architectural masterpiece. What makes this hotel so notorious is its upside-down pyramid shape. The 10-story building's top is nearly twice as wide as its base, making it look like a giant concrete block hanging in mid-air. The ground floor is about 60 feet wide, while the top expands to 120 feet, with hallways jutting out like concrete arms. The building stands on 190 concrete piles, each driven nearly 200 feet into the ground, a technical marvel for its time. With 416 rooms and interiors in brown, orange, and terracotta, Hotel du Lac was once a hotspot for Tunisia's elite and international guests. But its raw concrete walls, exposed staircases, and repetitive window patterns have led many to call it a visual disaster. After decades of operation, the hotel closed in 2000 and has been abandoned since 2002. Today, it stands alone in downtown Tunis, a concrete monster that both fascinates and creeps people out. Interestingly, many believe Hotel du Lac inspired the sandcrawler vehicle in Star Wars, the massive machine used by the Jawas on Tatooine. Do you think this hotel deserves its title as Tunisia's ugliest? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss. Number 6. Don't wear red to funerals in Tunisia. In many Western countries, black is the traditional color for funerals and mourning. But in Tunisia, In some African countries like South Africa and Ghana, red is the color associated with loss and bad luck. At traditional funerals, wearing red is a huge taboo. Not just culturally inappropriate, but seen as disrespectful to the deceased. Red here doesn't symbolize vibrancy, but rather pain and mourning. Many older Tunisians also avoid wearing red on Memorial Days or when visiting families who've recently lost someone. Interestingly, mourning colors aren't universal. In Thailand, it's purple. In Myanmar, yellow. In Iran, another Muslim country, it's deep blue. Every culture has its own way of expressing grief and remembrance. So if you're planning to visit Tunisia or attend a solemn event there, be careful with red outfits, especially red dresses, scarves, or flashy coats. Locals might misunderstand or even feel offended, even if you mean no harm. Number 5. Watch out for the cats. If you love cats, get ready to smile nonstop in Tunisia. If you're allergic, don't worry. Though cats are everywhere, they're easy to avoid and rarely cause trouble. Tunisia is one of those countries where cats roam as freely as the locals. You'll see them sunbathing on doorsteps, sprawled across cars, stalking pigeons in parks, or strolling into shops like they own the place. What surprises visitors is that most of these cats look clean, well-fed and healthy, even the strays. Unlike Istanbul, where people often leave food out for cats, this isn't as common in Tunisia. Still, you'll find cafes, restaurants, and small shops quietly setting aside a meal for their four-legged regulars. Tunisian cats are usually not aggressive. Most are either skittish and run away, or boldly rub against your leg, begging to be adopted on the spot. If you're eating outdoors, don't be surprised if a pair of bright eyes watches you from under the table, or a gray tail brushes against your bag. That's Tunisia, where cats don't need papers, but have a spiritual address in every corner of the city. Number 4. Tunisian handicrafts are world-renowned. If you think handicrafts are just cheap souvenirs sold in street markets, Tunisia will change your mind instantly. This North African country doesn't just make pottery, carpets, or lanterns. They create living art, sought after by royalty and major museums worldwide. In Naboul, Tunisia's ceramics capital, tens of thousands of plates, vases, and hand-painted murals are made each year using ancient double-firing and inlaid carving techniques dating back over 2,000 years to Carthage. 60% of these products are exported to France and Italy, markets that are notoriously picky about traditional arts. In Kairouan, Tunisia's holiest city, hand-woven wool carpets aren't just for the floor. They're hung on walls as sacred art. A single export-quality carpet can take up to 40 days of non-stop work and sell for as much as $2,000. In Sidi Bou Said, the blue and white Mediterranean town, hand-forged iron lanterns symbolize Tunisia's refined, soulful beauty. These lanterns have been custom-ordered by Qatar's royal family and hang in prestigious Spanish museums. Because of this, UNESCO has recognized several Tunisian traditional techniques as intangible cultural heritage, and the European Union ranks Tunisian handicrafts alongside Italian ceramics and Persian carpets. Number 3. Roman amphitheaters still host shows today. In central Tunisia, hidden in the small dry town of El Jem, there's a structure that amazes the world, the El Jem Roman Amphitheater. Built around 238 AD, it's the third largest Roman amphitheater in the world, after the Coliseum in Rome and Capua, but one of the few still nearly intact and in use today. Every summer, El Jem comes alive with concerts, operas, and ballets. The natural acoustics between the massive stone blocks are so perfect that no amplification is needed. With a capacity of 35,000, about the size of an average NFL stadium, El Jem was built from over 30,000 solid stone blocks, with no cement. El Jem isn't just an architectural wonder. It's a symbol of Tunisia's cultural history. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site since 1979, it's a national icon appearing on stamps, currency, and in classic films like Gladiator and Monty Python's Life of Brian. Amazingly, in the 17th century, locals turned the amphitheater into a fortress against invaders. Even Ottoman cannons couldn't bring it down. Today, in the age of IMAX theaters, El Gem is still a place where you can sit in an 1,800-year-old monument and enjoy a concert, where history and the present truly meet. Number 2. An island where Muslims and Jews have lived in harmony for 2,000 years. Located in southeastern Tunisia, Djerba is North Africa's largest island, famous for its peaceful beaches, white dome villages, and thousands of palm trees. But what makes Djerba world-famous isn't just its Mediterranean beauty. It's the island's ancient Jewish community, the oldest in Africa, living peacefully in the heart of the Muslim world without persecution or discrimination. While most Jewish communities in Arab countries disappeared after World War II, in Djerba they still live, trade, and preserve their culture and language. Jews here wear traditional clothes, keep kosher, and speak Hebrew at home, while their Muslim neighbors work with them, celebrate together, and protect each other. They share streets, schools, workshops. There are no religious barriers in daily life. The spiritual heart of this community is the El Ghriba synagogue, believed to be the oldest in Africa, possibly dating back to the 6th century BC. Every year, thousands of Jewish pilgrims from France, Israel, and around the world come here for a days-long festival, with support from the local Muslim community. In 2023, UNESCO named Djerba a World Heritage Site, not just for its architecture, but as a living symbol of religious tolerance, which is increasingly rare in today's world. Number 1. Tunisia's beard ban. In Tunisia, having a beard isn't just about personal style or fashion. Sometimes it's a political statement that can get you into real trouble. After the Jasmine Revolution in 2011, Tunisia experienced deep divisions between traditional religious groups and a new liberal class. As a result, your beard style can get you labeled politically, or even watched by police or banned from public places. For example, if you grow a long, thick, untrimmed beard like some Salafists, you might be seen as an extremist. Many people have been invited for questioning just for having too much facial hair. On the flip side, those with trendy French-style hipster beards, pointed, neat, and fashionable, are sometimes seen by conservative Muslims as untraditional, even barred from mosques for being disrespectful. Especially thick mustaches with a clean-shaven chin, a style popular with young Western men in Tunisia, can be labeled as modern gangsters or rebels, especially if paired with earrings or dyed hair. Male tourists in Tunisia, especially those with long beards and Arab-style clothing, may be stopped and checked at airports or major hotels, not out of prejudice, but for security reasons. From the strange to the shocking, every corner of Tunisia holds surprises. Have you ever experienced something unusual in this country? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more taboos, cultural secrets, and shocking truths from around the world.